Good morning, Adrian. It's just the Adrian and Bob show so far, huh? Everyone getting on here a little late today.
That's what it's looking like. Do you have a busy day planned?
Today is kind of like a flexible day for me. I'm going to be talking with that investor flipper from Wisconsin about the Michigan market. So my ask today, if we do a little roundtable, is if anyone has any wholesale properties coming up, to please let me know, because I've got a ready, willing, and able investor in Wisconsin. They're originally from West Bloomfield, and they are interested in getting more properties here in Michigan. So I said, I will make you my prime investor if you make me your boy. And she said, yep, my husband and I talked about it. Go ahead, let's see what you can do. So I know
What
that's
kind of properties are they looking for?
Hi, good morning, guys. They're looking for mainly distressed properties. Her husband owns a construction company, and they fix and flip. They buy, they fix, and then they flip. So this investor I'm talking with, Adrian, and good morning, everyone else, gave me the green lights to start digging in. And one of my—
Did they tell you like their buy box, like exactly like what they're looking for in a distressed property? Because I mean, there's tons of them around here.
Yeah, there are. And I told her this morning I didn't want to overwhelm her just by throwing her these arbitrary addresses, but rather my new agents and my legacy are getting licensed up. But meanwhile, I'm trying to say, just get licensed first. Meanwhile, they're getting into the wholesale market, and one guy is hiring 4 or 5 other soldiers to get out there, and he's teaching them how to call and talk to these homeowners, wherever they may be, and to get that bottom price from them, right? And they're into an agreement, and then he's going to tell me, because I'm his sponsor, so he's going to bring him back up to me. But I've got to get him licensed up, so it's official that he's in my legacy. So, and to answer your question, Adrian, this investor, fix and flip, is interested in your normal 3-bedroom, 1.1 baths. They didn't say brick or no brick, but we know what they're looking for. Something that's perhaps the foundation has a crack in it, the basement's leaking, just these easy things. But we're looking for properties with problems, and if we can understand how to fix the problem, whether it be tax foreclosure or bad roof or whatever, we can get in there, or they can get in there and fix it. We didn't get into the mold and remediation conversation, but if they do come across that, I was thinking about partnering up with a remediation guy who might be interested in becoming certified. And I know there's remediation companies out there in Michigan. It's state by state, but certainly to get it out there, and this guy would be the guy on the ground. Gosh, I feel like Theo this morning. I'm building, this is another leg I got, building an empire. Isn't it? It's just so fast, you guys. There's so much in real estate. There's enough money for everybody. But I'm training myself to back up and just concentrate in my niche, even though a lot of us know about construction, and a lot of us know about finance, and a lot of us know, about recruiting and so forth. I got to pick a niche and work really hard. The business plan says for 6 months, bust my butt for 6 months doing multi-tenant, just 2 things. And then if I do it right, I'll have this many agents on my legacy. You see the dots there? If you're driving, don't look. But that's my legacy board. That's my wealth board. Kendra Pack would call it. To set up and just fill in those circles with your names: first tier, second tier, third tier of agents. But meanwhile, you're right. We do come across these opportunities, and I'm like, well, there's money on the table, and it just needs somebody like me. I wish I could clone myself. right? You guys have all said that to yourself. Wish we could clone ourselves and do that. Instead, let's find a partner if there's room and if there's time to partner up, share the business plan. If they want in, they're your soldier. And I would much rather take a 10% backseat or 20% backseat of this revenue stream, which involves a lot of labor for the teams out there. But build it up for a couple of years, produce a P&L and sell it, move on. Anywho, good morning, everybody. I've got my scripts printed up. Today's script day, right? So I've got my scripts printed up. I think those of us on here right now, where's everybody going, man? Oh, it's almost 10 after 8 and there's 4 of us here. I gotta circle the wagons and reach out. I think I'll text Roberto right now as the rest of you say good morning and say, where are you? Jump on this. So here I go. I'm gonna go get everyone on here. Derek and everybody. I'm gonna bug them. Where did Theo go? Theo, are you still here? Maybe no one wants to hear me talk, so I'll be quiet and bring him back in here if I can.
Hey guys, happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
I think everyone's just kind of busy this morning or this week. I've been sending out texts, but hey, who we have is who we have, and the knowledge is there. But maybe we need to do the scripts when it's a little bit more. Maybe they got scared. I think everybody got scared. I thought we was doing the scripts next week, but he was going to go over them today. I think I came down with a cold.
Do you take vitamins or airborne, Kendra?
Yeah, I've been dosing up. I think it's that, and I've been traveling for a minute, so I usually get this reaction. I thought I avoided it this time, but I'm just gonna dose myself up with some garlic juice and juice, and I ate some pasta, and I think it wasn't gluten-free. And that usually is how I usually react. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna drink coffee this morning.
Hey, while we're getting together, does anyone else have a copy, or can anyone read, role play a script with me? Anybody? Just for a little fun. We're just reading off a script.
With the script from yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. I emailed a bunch of us some scripts.
I didn't look at those. I
love you, Kendra. Kendra's always ready to play, but you're so honest.
I didn't look at those. I'm sorry, but I can
Okay.
I can be the easy part if no one else steps up.
Yeah.
But I want to share this floor with someone else.
You want me to share my screen on this particular page? Yeah, let me do that. Let me share my screen on this particular page, and maybe Adrian would be nice. Maybe Chandra, if you can. Chandra, are you driving?
I can do it.
Okay, thank you.
And we just gonna read through it first, right? And add our personality.
Sure.
You know that's how the actors do it.
I'm an Academy Award actor.
You gotta excuse me this morning. I am so stuffy. But I can't wait to see how you will do it.
Well, it's just
just practice.
Yeah.
We're in a safe place. Where else can you get this? This is family.
Yeah, we're family, y'all. So no judgment. let's see. I've got to minimize this. You guys are looking at my face here. And I'm going to share my screen, share screen, if I may. And we'll just do one, just real quick, get a flavor.
Okay.
Share. Okay, y'all see this? This is from the EXP, the Maximum Experience. I know it's a couple years ago, but it's a good little fun place to start. Doesn't mean anything. But let's see if I can scroll. Yeah, I can scroll. Okay. Agent referral script. Let's get into this, Adrian. Adrian, do you want to be you or do you want to be friend?
Whatever you want, I can do either one.
Okay. Why don't I be you? Why don't I be me and you can be the friend, okay?
Okay.
Okay. So I'm looking at Adrian's card, or I'm looking her up on, on a website for good real estate agents or people. And so ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi. Oh, hi. Adrian, this is Bob Bowden from EXP. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I'm great. Fantastic. Listen, you got 2 minutes for a quick business call?
Definitely.
Great. I'm expanding my real estate referral network. I'm going to create relationships, with other top agents across the nation. And I wanted to know, who would you recommend if you were going to sell or buy real estate today in your area?
Oh, I would probably call Kendra Pack from EXP.
Do you have anyone else outside of EXP that you might call?
Yeah, I have a few people. I do.
All right, fantastic. I'm going to get a pen here. What's her name and number so I can reach out to her?
Okay. Her name is Sally Mae, and her number is 555-555-555.
Sally Mae. No, I don't like her. I ran into her in a club. She's a hoe. No, I'm just kidding. All right, guys, I'm just trying to shake it up here. Okay?
Yikes.
See you. All right, back to the script. I'm just kidding. Good morning. It's Friday. All right. Well, well, thanks so much. Thank you so much, Adrian. I really appreciate your referrals. Listen, I won't keep you any longer. Say hi to the fam for me and enjoy your spring. Listen, I hope you make money. God bless you. I'm going to give her a call. Oh, by the way, in closing, is it okay if I mention your name?
Definitely.
Thanks, because she'll want to know. She'll want to know who to thank after this. Hey, thanks. Have a great day. See ya. So that's the way. I guess I found out. I forgot about this. This is just a civilian, a non-realtor perhaps. But did you see the way that she threw me an EXP agent? That's wonderful. That's great. Okay. And do you know anyone, maybe somebody outside of the EXP organization, so I can keep a balance or what have you, right? We're just, do we not have fun? We're having fun with this. That's what it should be. It doesn't mean anything. If Adrian told me to get lost, if she hung up, it's just, don't ever call me. It's okay. It's numbers. It's numbers. I don't know what the percentage is of warm calls. Maybe Kendra knows or somebody knows. Theo, maybe you know. But if it's 5%, if it's 3% success rate, I know to get 3 agents on the phone, I'm gonna make 100 calls. So I make 100 calls this week and I get 3 agents on the call. Maybe 2 of them will take a look at the business plan, and maybe one of them will join. Maybe a half of one will join. So guess what? I want to call 200 agents a week. I know it sounds like a lot, doesn't it? To get 2 agents to join the EXP. Well, shoot, that's called busting your butt for 6 months. Now look at them. I know these are fictitious numbers, but if that's true, if I can get just 2 agents a month to join EXP, that's making 50 calls a week. Hell, I can do that. 2 agents a month, and I'm talking to my own brain too, you guys, because I'm self-coaching. 2 agents a month, 6 months, 12 agents. Hey, that's down to my, what would that open up? My 3rd tier? Yeah, 10 agents. 5 agents open up my 2nd tier. 10 agents open up my 3rd tier, and I got 12 agents. So gosh, I'm working on the 4th tier in 6 months. I like that. You understand the power here of going forward. You guys, someone else want to try another script? Question-based scripts on a scale from 1. Oh, this will be fun. Y'all want to just horse around with this for a minute?
Yeah, we can.
Okay. Does someone else want to read?
Sure, I'll read.
Hit it, Daddy.
All right. I've got a question for you. I'm sure they are taking great care of you over at Remax Enterprises, but I'm curious on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being I'm ready to work at Taco Bell and 10 being everything is perfect in my business right now. How happy are you with your real estate business? Well, I'm curious. What would it take for you to make it a 10?
Hang on. Let me answer.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I thought Adrian was on. Okay, I'm gonna answer. Derek, you want to answer? Oh, you can't. You're driving, bro. I will answer. We're doing scripts, Derek. Good morning. All right, I'm going to answer you, Theo. About an 8.
Okay. Wow. I'm curious. What would it take to make it a 10?
Really, I'm kind of happy here.
Okay. When was the last time someone sat down with you and helped you map out how to get your business to a 10?
I can't remember.
Wow. Well, listen, let's talk more about it. Can I buy you a cup of coffee at Starbucks?
Sure. When?
Let's do Saturday at 4:20, and yeah, we can talk about the details at Starbucks.
At 4:20. Listen to this. Okay.
It's Friday.
That's good. That's cool. That's an appointment setter. Because again, we're calling on the phone to do what? Get the next appointment. So let's try even talking to buyers and sellers on the phone. Let's try not to hang up until we get the next appointment or the next plan moving forward. Because even if I'm a client of yours, even if I'm a homeowner and you've got my house under contract, you're calling me to give me an update. How many customers of yours, you guys, say, you know what, thanks for the update, because you're ahead of this. You're getting ahead of this. You call your clients once a week or whatever, or you have your assistant do it. But the purpose of our calls on all of these scripts here is to get the appointment, to get the plan. Okay, so I'm glad you're interested. I'm glad you're having an open mind, or whatever these scripts would end up saying. And so we're going to meet up tomorrow on Zoom, or we're going to meet up at Starbucks on 420. Theo, I love you. Or we're going to meet next Sunday at your open house. I'm going to come by and say hi. Going to bring you a cookie or whatever. Okay, cool. I look forward to seeing you there. And you know, it's funny, you guys, if I don't know this person, I describe myself. Hey, looking for a tall, good looking bald guy. I'll be, it's a little icebreaker and stuff. So, but if you walk in, you've got your swag on, like Derek wears. Man, Derek walks in, I know who it is. You got to be D. Yeah. All right. So you guys want to do another script? Theo, you want to do this again, or Kendra, you want to read through something?
I'll read through this one here.
All right, shoot.
Hello, prospect. This is Theodore McNeil with eXp Realty. We met at a networking event, or we connected, blah, blah, blah. Do you have 2 minutes for a quick business call?
Yeah.
Awesome. Let me ask you a question. Are you currently making all the money you would like to make in real estate?
Well, not really.
If I could show you a way to make 3 to 4 times what you're currently making and potentially half the time you're currently working, would you be open-minded enough to watch a quick video to explain the details?
How does that happen? Sure.
Awesome. It's really quick, and it's going to blow your mind. Let's schedule time to go over it with you and answer my questions. I can pull out my calendar and we can schedule a Zoom call, and we can kind of go from there. Does that work for you?
Sure. Oh, you forgot to ask me to pull up my calendar too.
Oh yeah, I got to zoom in for a little bit.
Sorry.
Can you pull out your calendar really quick and see what's a good time for us, to have a Zoom conversation?
Sure, I guess. Sure.
Okay, awesome. When you get in the Zoom call, Zoom chat.
Okay.
When you get on the Zoom call, blah, 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 blah. I'm right here if you need me. I'm right here to answer any questions while you're on this overview. Watching the
cool.
video. Yeah.
Okay, and the video's done. And in the third-party testimony, talking, making all the current money. Okay, Why don't you close on me here with the congratulations, Theo, please?
Okay. Congratulations. Are you prepared for the next major shift in the market, or is your business model ready for the next massive downturn like we had in 08 or 09?
Oh, I don't know. Well, my mind is blown here with this, the EXP business model. Jeez.
Wow. I mean, it's life-changing for sure. But are you open-minded enough to look at the compensation model that was totally built to take advantage of the next downturn? We all know winter is coming, but not if, but when is the key.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, awesome, awesome. Well, I would love to schedule another follow-up with you to kind of talk more about compensation. When is a good time for us to kind of talk about that in more detail?
Shoot, tomorrow. Let me talk to my wife tonight. Don't tell anybody we're talking, okay? Because my manager just gave me a gas card, a $10 gas card, because I was salesperson of the month. And so don't tell anybody, because I don't want to get my.
It's our little secret.
Okay, Kendra, I made you promise not to say anything to my manager. Stop! Don't call anyone else in my office. I'll come and see you, because it sounded good, and if it was good, I didn't want anyone to poo-poo on my parade there or yell at me before I understood everything with the business plan that Kendra and Tony showed me. That was good. Does anyone else want to? I mean, I know this is Friday and starting these, it's like doing your first 10 push-ups if you're starting to get back in shape. Kendra, do you and Theo or Adrian and Kendra or Derek, I know it's tough for you, man. I love you, but you're driving, so you probably don't want to do the script reading unless you've internalized them. All right, anyone else want to go back and forth? I'm not going to do the scripts anymore, but why don't some of you guys do it? We'll just kind of swing into it. Or does anyone else have another script that you got from me or your own to do this? Okay.
I think this is really good. It kind of encourages us all to get in scripts and follow scripts. I know for my 5 years of almost being in real estate, I've started with scripts, I've internalized them, and then sometimes I got to a point of making them my own, but I haven't looked at every single script to do that. So I've only looked at the scripts that I find to be useful, whether it's buyers or sellers. But the revenue share script, that's another good script to kind of internalize so we can build our rev share organizations, all that good stuff. So it kind of is really that alarm clock, so to speak. It says, hey, get your back into these scripts for sure.
Yeah, you're right. I can't get this to scroll. Oh, it's at the bottom. So here's the Mike Ferry, Tom Ferry, their father and son. Oh, Tom Ferry. All right, so I encourage us, I'm not going to hog it all here today. Encourage us over the weekend, take a look at these scripts. Why don't we make a promise to ourselves, not to me, make a promise to yourself. You're going to pick one script, just one page, peruse through them, see what you like to talk about. This is a script of what to say when closing on a new agent. The newbies, Jesus, it's like taking a candy from a baby, right? You know what my close is with the noobs that are not licensed yet? If you listen and do what I say,
Sign
not do
here.
what
Sign right here.
Yeah, if you do what I say, not do what I do, I'm
Got
here
your
having
credit card ready?
yeah.
Yeah.
You'll make 100,000 your first year, depending on your market, 50,000 your first year, 150 your second. You got to do what I say. If you don't do as much what I say, you start to think you can do it on your own and steer away from this proven business model by Glenn Sanford. Then expect to make more or less. But gosh, if you just do what I say for 2 years, you'll line yourself up. And it's true, right? If these noobs did what we told them to do in 2 years, they'd be richer than us, right, D?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, guys, let me tell you about this agent attraction dilemma I got. Well, I wouldn't say a dilemma, but Remax agent does high volume. He's scheduled to make about 120,000 this month in closing. And he got 81,000 under contract right now for the month that's due to close next month. And he know all about EXP, seen the videos, talked to several agents, and he says he want to join, but he just haven't pulled the trigger yet. And I just I can't get him on the phone with anybody. That's the issue. I cannot get him on the phone. I talked to Scott. I text Scott Lewis about it. Scott's like, get him to set an appointment. I was like, I'm trying. How do he get him to set an appointment? And I talked to Tony, and he's like, you know, you just got to explain it to him. And I explained it to him, and I just cannot get him on the phone with anybody just to talk to him. I was like, dude, you cap in 1 week. Right now, at your current volume, you'll be a 4-time icon, you know, agent. And I tell him about, like, look, Mobile here is untapped. And you doing that kind of numbers, and I tell him, like, that volume comes with influence. I guarantee, and I'm like, dude, I guarantee you, if you make that announcement that you're making a switch, that you're moving it over from Remax to EXP, you probably have 15 agents that follow right behind you within a month.
Amen. You know his mindset. Derek, you're very good at this. If you think about what the guy's mindset is he's doing so good right now. He doesn't want to rock the what? Right? He doesn't want to change anything, right? You know, I'm just about this, you know.
Yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, doing so good. But you're smart by showing him a comparison chart. Kendra helped me with this too some time ago with somebody else, a high achiever. Okay, congratulations, dude. You made $360,000 in commissions last year. But here, let's look at your commission compensation. And here's, if you would have been with the EXP, you'd have, you know, so much stock and all of this. And assuming that you can carry over and share that, or I'll help you, I'll recruit through you, right? I'll attract right through you, Rockstar. And if we give you 10 people over here in the next year, look at that revenue. So yeah, that comparison chart, right? Right, Kendra? You're going to agree?
Yeah. That is correct. Have you sat down with him just to break coffee?
Yeah, we'd have had lunch before.
Okay, I would
And,
just stay on him, and he's not gonna move until it's painful for him.
Yeah, until something happens. That's why I get, unless something happens, you know, that's with most agents. They don't change
Right.
unless something happens. You just got to stay top of mind and plant that mustard seed.
But
And
if you actually just ask him about himself, and what is he doing to get those kind of numbers, you know, you can talk to him as inquiring for yourself, not saying you're moving anywhere, but just as a mentor, and just develop a relationship with him. And then when when something happens, something amazing in his life, I'm not going to say tragic, but he gets a baby, or he gets, you know, just burned out, then his eyes will be open and the information will be there. You just have to stay top of mind and follow up every, you know, invite him to the shareholders meeting. Everybody on his line, tell him you'll pay. Just come and hang out with us.
Yeah, I sent that invite yesterday. He's out of town right now, but I sent the invite. He haven't responded to that. I was like, dude, I can't get him to see, because he just looks at it as Keller Williams. It's no different from what Keller Williams do. I said, please call Tony. Here's Tony information, please. He can literally show you his rev share. This is not KW by far. And I just can't, and it's so nerve-wracking. But the MLS is having a networking event on the 13th. And I talked to our local broker, and I was like, look, guys, we need to start showing up. Because his main thing about what he says is y'all don't got nobody there. Nobody's doing no numbers there. So his thing is about numbers, about money. If he don't see nobody doing the volume that he's doing, you know, I guess he needs to see somebody doing better than him.
He wants to level up.
Well, why doesn't he want to be the
more
first?
inclined to listen more.
You want him, you have to talk to him about him being the first to break that
Yes.
glass ceiling.
That's what I told him.
Everyone has a first. He's waiting for the first, and he is the first.
His
That's
market.
what I be telling. I was like, dude, I said Mobile is untapped. The agents here, I feel like I'm the only me, Dane, and John. It's like we're the only 3 out of 190 here that just sees the big picture. And it's another guy here, Ellis. He's an EXP agent. He's been here almost 4 years. And he just doesn't, and everybody love Ellis. Very popular. I don't know who he's under, but he's only got like 5 agents. I reached out to him. That was the first person I reached out to. He was like, oh yeah, the rep, yeah. If you want to, he just wasn't, somebody asked me about EXP. I'm like, sign here. So literally, so it's just that it's like you got to identify what their wants, what their needs, and try to find their pain points and hammer them there. And I just can't find that pain point. Right now, he only interested in Ron. Is when I'm speaking to Ron, he's interested to coming over, and he wants to open up an office here in Schillinger Road, and he wants to have a 12-man team. And I was like, Ron, you can have 1,000 in your downline within 4 years, probably shorter than that, because the numbers he do and success attracts success. The attraction you would get saying, hey, I'm EXP agent, came from Remax, and I do $100,000, a month.
Well, I can get him on the phone with. I'm sure Tony talked to you about Jeff Willen, who came from Remax, but that might be too much information. If that's what he wants, a 12-man team, you should maybe talk to him about how the team is and give that comparison and start where he is at. And that might be too much saying 1,000 because he's looking at work.
Yeah.
He's looking at work. So that might be just
looking
too
at
much
regular
information, and just go where he is and then build upon that.
Go where he is. What happens if you were to say, all right, never mind about the 1,000. What happens if I can teach your 12 guys to be soldiers and get those guys? You keep on your track, but what happens if I can train your 12 guys to bring in 10 apiece, right? And train those 120 to bring in 10 apiece. There you go. Kendra, I remember the big hook you gave me when we hung up the very first phone call. That was life-changing, hon. You said, Bob, just think before I let you go, you think about when you sell the last real estate, when you get your last commission check and you're ready to go and you're going to fold in, when you sell that last house, put yourself on that moment. You're looking at your last commission check when you go to the bank and you cash that check and all the franchise fees and costs are out of it. So you get your little commission check. Think about that time and you think about this phone call today. What are you going to do after you sell that last house? I can tell you what I'm looking at. I'm looking at stock, rev share, right? Legacy.
Yep.
Looking
And
at
I use the script that you just read on you.
Yeah, you did. Is that the one? Oh, you
Exactly. I did the needs analysis with you for a top producer.
I'll tell you what. Once I get my
does
legacy,
everyone have the needs analysis? Those are questions. I'll send that I'll have that. It's in my box. I know it's late. The needs analysis, and those are thought-provoking questions. When you could ask him, what's his end game? What's his exit strategy when he sells his last transaction and want to retire from real estate? What's his plan B? What is he's doing a plan A to get to ultimately his plan B. What is that? How does that look? Most people say, oh, I've got apartments and savings and stuff like that. But you want to say, well, your real estate business can continue. It's willable. you know, what are you going to do when your last day at the office? You're just going to stop building?
I like that, Kendra, because you did go through a little bit of needs analysis on me. And after we hung up, I'm like, you know what? She's really is willing to roll up her sleeves and dig into my thing. Because I felt like you cared about, Bob, let's spend a minute about your business plan. I'm like, oh, thank God when I'm out there trying to prospect and list and sell, I got Kendra back here really thinking about the next step. And I started trusting you at that. You know what I'm saying? It- and if I like this, I think we're on to something, guys. I hope I'm not wrong. And I hope you're not rolling your eyes with these scripts and
Yeah,
stuff.
that's, you know what? I'm a text Ron. I'm gonna text, I'm gonna ask him, say, okay, what happens to your revenue when you take yourself out of production? Where did your revenue go? Once you take yourself out of production.
Yep. And then you can ask them that. You can tell him a story. Sometimes stories sell. Maybe you're giving him too much facts. He has enough facts. It's just the stories. And you can tell him about the Bob Mango story. You know, Bob Mango was very successful, went out on his own. I think he left Keller Williams to open up some exits. He was doing very well. He's great at recruiting. But what happened was he went on top of a roof
You don't want to
and
tell to the room.
fell. And he
Yeah,
was out of commission for 6 months. You know, what happens when you have not leveraged your business? Basically, you're just a glorified worker of yourself. And that's
Yeah.
what he's done. And it made Bob realize that he had to diversify himself, because Exit still wanted their, you know, their rev share of 6 or 7% every month from their, what do you call it? A franchise fee. The bills didn't stop. No, you know, DTE, his rent, none of that stuff stopped because he fell off a roof.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know,
I was
sometimes
in
you have to just get,
that was in Dallas. Was that in Dallas? We was in Dallas, right? Because
yeah,
I think it's on the in the Bill conference. I think that's on there. I'm gonna send it on
right.
YouTube.
Yeah, right now I think you should send him stories. If you go to Life at eXp Realty and start sending him stories of people that may have that success story where they were already successful, just start sending him stuff every 2 weeks. Hey, I was just thinking about you. Another happy person that was a top producer like you just came over. Just start sending him that, as opposed to, oh, you can have 1,000 people and this
1,000
and
people.
that.
Yeah.
Just send
I'm
them
still
some fun
working on them.
facts.
Oh
Hey,
yeah, I like Ron. He's a great guy. I
Yeah.
like him.
Can
But
I
you
ask a
know,
question?
the reason why he does that volume is Zillow. He pays Zillow $3,000 a month. He does about $50,000-$60,000 a year in marketing.
Tell me
So
about KV Core. Tell me how old Bob here, Bob Mango. Bob Mango's done it, and I want to do that too. But I've got to get the discipline, y'all. Today, it's Church Friday for me. I got to get into to KV Core, and I've got to get those agents that I want to attract on a drip, because that drip would help you, Derek, wouldn't it?
yeah, and I just realized, because I dig through the KV Core, I just realized they have stuff in there for agents, and I had just noticed it the first time a few days ago. I was like, it's stuff in here for agents. I was like, yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to get a campaign set up for agents that I work on.
Does it
But I
already have
talked
a
to
drip campaign for it?
yeah, it's in the KV Core.
Right.
It doesn't have a campaign in there, but it does have emails in there. You got to go to where is
The
it?
library.
Yeah, it's in the library. And there's stuff in there for agents. I haven't had a chance to read through it all, but it's automatic emails and text messages in there for agents. I don't know if I just put them in there,
Well, it's a
but
class.
I just noticed because I was trying to redo my drip campaign for new seller leads. because I need to find out if they, currently rent or, their current living situation, and try to find their motivation before I even get on the phone with them as far as if they're renting, they're owning, how soon are they looking to move, what's their credit score, their financial situation and stuff like that. And
Can I ask a
help
question?
them on the money side. So our lender told me, a couple of weeks ago, he said, whatever they make a year, multiply it by 6. And that's how much house they can buy. So if they make about $40,000 a year, that's about a 225, 250 house.
Can I ask a
Because you're
question?
asking like, how much house you looking to buy? And they don't know. It's like, how much you want your notes to be? And here, most of them say under 1,000. But here under 1,000, you only getting like, right now, because the interest rate keep going up, is like 180,000. But you got the type of house you want is about 250, 60. You want that brick, with a yard in West Mobile. Yeah, that's about 250, 300,000 now.
Can I ask a question back to agent attraction, if you don't mind? I want to get back into the question of, I heard a rumor. I don't know if Tony may have mentioned it, or Theo or Roberto or somebody, but there is a filter system in KV Core to where you can establish your own filters. Like in your contacts on your phone, buyer, or the heat. There's a heat factor you can put in. This guy's a 10. He's not happy where his broker. We can apply these filters to these different prospects, whether it be buyers or sellers or agents that need to come into EXP, and we can assign that heat filter so the aggressiveness of communication and that drip would be on different levels. Is that right with KV Core? You guys, anyone know? I need to go through that. If
Yeah,
no one,
you can like tag somebody, like, okay, say you want somebody to be like a buyer, you can tag them. I'm sorry for the background noise. You can tag them as a buyer or a seller, or if it's an active client, like that's what I do. I'll tag them, like, whatever their status is, or if it's just someone who's renting. But yeah, you could definitely do that with agent attraction if you set up the tag, right?
Correct. And there's hashtags that you can create too
Yeah, that's
to
what I
make
meant,
them
hashtags. Yeah.
what you want it to be. Like if I have, realtor, a sphere realtor, prospect, I have it also created for my credit. So I have a drip campaign for follow-ups and stuff like that. So I use it multi-purpose. As long as you categorize it by the filter and name it what you want, those can rise up to the top when you search by that hashtag.
maybe we
But
should.
speaking of recruiting, tomorrow, we have Scott's training. It's in the morning. I think it starts at 10 a.m. You guys should get on it. If you guys really want to grow and really use the whole model, I encourage you guys to just get immersed in the information, and just the cream always rises to the top. So if you want to recruit, that's where the information is. And then you just morph it into what you want it to look like.
Kendra,
But he gives some good information.
I think it's at, I have it at 10 a.m. Is that correct? I always
I think
goop up,
so, yes. 10
Okay.
a.m. on,
and it's a Zoom thing. I'll put that Zoom call number in or unless you have it, Kendra.
yeah.
Let me do that.
And all of us should have got an email. But
I
put it
know.
in there.
We get inundated with emails, don't we? Here, I'm going to put Scott Lewis. Does anyone know the name of his organization and his group team?
Disruptor.
That's
It's
right.
Disruptor Nation.
That's right. And you'd never know it.
And you know what? They have a great Wednesday night call. We were on it, and actually Tony did the presentation on, it was Wednesday, that, and there's icons, there's tons of training there too, just to keep you plugged in throughout the week, or, that information is out there. People just got to go on it and use it.
Yeah, and today the world, 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock Central Time, the world has on every Friday, they have their leadership Friday mornings. It's 10 o'clock my time, it's 10 o'clock Central. And I try to log on to that every single Friday.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's motivation. When you talk to you talking about eye conversation.
It's before our conversation.
Oh, you're talking about the overview.
Yeah, the leadership.
Oh, the leadership one. I've been missing that one. Okay.
And listen to these guys talk.
And maybe
Friday,
you can
yeah,
get
every
him to
single
go
Friday.
in the world. If y'all can have coffee, maybe you can have it at the time of a leadership and have it prepped
Yeah,
so
that's
he
what
can
I've been
see.
working him. I'm treating him like my
The
prom date.
girlfriend you want to marry,
Yeah,
huh?
no, the one I want to take out to the prom by the end of the semester.
That's right. Keep working on them.
So that was my approach a couple of weeks ago. It's an exit realty agent. She does, I think she's number 2 in the state here in Mobile. And then of course I said, you know what? You're the girl that everybody wants to take out to the prom. She's like, what? I said, yeah, I'm trying to get you on their brokerage. Right? He said, every day, all day, every day. Hey, look, I don't want to hear nothing about EXP. Don't even tell me. I was like, I just want to take you for a cup of coffee. I'm not asking to marry you. Like, come on, let's chat.
Can I add something really quickly? So in your Remax situation, I find that whether it's Remax or Exit Realty, it's based on that commission structure of the company and what that agent has been promised. So like the Remax guy you were talking about, it seems like he's on a 95-5 split. And I think I was saying before when I did my research on brokerages, Remax, if I'm not mistaken, has 4 different commission splits. So that's probably why he's not leaving Remax, because he's making 95% of his commission. He pays Remax 5%, but if he does not make or sell a house in that month, he has to give Remax $500. So if he's a top producer like that, that may work for him, but what would happen if he doesn't sell or if his other streams, just kind of dries up? And then with the exit piece, which I found out from an unfortunate agent that, kind of left EXP and then they also left Exit. So you get a 90% of your commission if you're a 6-figure agent. So it just kind of varies on brokerage as far as the compensation plans as to why people are not taking a look, because they believe that, well, I'm making 6 figures, I can make 90% of my commission, as opposed to, yeah, I'll take that 10% cut if I'm making money elsewhere. So
yeah, I agree with you, Theo, but he's got to be out his mind if he thinks that those numbers compare.
Of
You
course he's
said
out
that
his
he's
mind.
on the books. He's on the books for $100 and something thousand in income right now. 5% of that is about $39,000.
Yep, because he's still paying royalties. I know several Berkshire agents that add 100% in one broker.
Okay, but what Paul Harvey says is, what's the rest of the story? Well, I give him $10,000, then I'm on 100%. There's something else in there. That brokerage, that brick and mortar.
There 25 years, they just left to a commission-based brokerage, a transactional brokerage, and that company is gaining a lot of traction here. That are commission-based, because it's a flat fee.
Okay, how about this, Derek?
They're only paying $375 per transaction, and it's like IXL the company's called IXL, but I believe it reached a tipping point. This time last year, it had like 75 agents. Now they almost doubled because everybody's leaving.
Do they have a brick and mortar business model?
As far as the transactional brokerage,
No.
yeah, they have Berkshire.
Yeah, I know Berkshire has a brick. I mean, this is just the obvious. Okay, I know you're on 100%, but there's something else, because who's paying for this?
You're not on 100% because you're still paying 6% royalties. So you actually at 90 minus 96% minus your rent, because you still got to pay your rent, you still got to pay your debt fees, you still got to pay for the internet.
Nothing is free.
No cap. Yeah, in Berkshire is no cap. It's zero cap. I know an agent there that paid well over $100,000 in commissions last year. $109,000.
And I was like, oh my God.
Okay. Hey, listen, I'm watching the clock. I'm Mr.
Oh
Clock because
yeah.
I'm a drummer. I'm a drummer, so I'm keeping
Yeah,
time
it's
here
8
this time.
o'clock.
So, Kendra, I don't mean to steer the ship. I apologize if I am right now, but I know you've got that sinus condition or you're a little under the weather. So if I may, let's think about Monday, and please let's invite an agent here. And I'm going to go back, circle back, and get the rest of the gang. I did reach out to Roberto. No answer back there. I texted him here just a few minutes ago. I'm sure he's out selling and listing, or he's on vacation or whatever. That's cool. There's no penalty here, but let's invite some more people here because we're really starting to dig in to some meat and potatoes here with the scripts, with the KV core coaching, right? And the realization right now, when Derek was telling me about this, here's the meat and potatoes of that other brokerage with 100%. They've got brick and mortar. Dude, someone's got to pay for that brick and mortar. That's not free. Someone's paying for that coffee. Someone's paying for that parking spot in that parking lot. So this is why our business model blows almost every other brokerage out of the water. And it's obvious, right? It's evident. Here's my office right here. Well, honestly, isn't this all of our offices right here? The phone. I'll meet him at the house. I'll meet him at the title company. I'll meet him at the mortgage company. Meet him on the golf course. Brick and mortar. Who does a walk-in? What's the last time you guys had a walk-in in your real estate office? You know,
I mean, I've had a brick and mortar office since 2015. Like, even as a contractor, I hardly ever used my office. And even now I have a brick and mortar office in Detroit. And I mean, I use it mainly for like meeting with other people, but I seldomly use it because, like you said, wherever your computer is and your phone, that's where your office is. So I agree. I seldomly use it. It's, it's just there as like a, oh yeah, I have an office type of thing.
remember Kendra was telling us about Regis Suites. I'm gonna dig back into that. There's so much here. I tripped over. I just keep looking for new things. I'm gonna back up and go back down aisle number 1 and talk about KV Core. I'm gonna look into that. Derek, thanks for that encouragement. I'm gonna look at the Regis Suites. Thank you, Kendra, for that. And I'm gonna stick to the description, just play numbers. You're gonna see old Bob here do methodical scripts. You're gonna see a little tag, phone calls today. Let's just see what that, if you guys just want to watch me, if you want to do it with me, but I promise you, we're all going to be dead in 100 years. And it's that legacy we're building up for our downline, right? Our bloodline. Even if no one else in my kids, grandchildren, they don't want to get into real estate, but they're going to enjoy that condo they're going to inherit in Key West, and they're going to enjoy that, right? That boat. They're going to enjoy that 100 acres in Montana or whatever God blesses me with. And so that's what I'm after. I'm after legacy. So I'll look forward to seeing everybody Monday morning. Okay.
Have a great
Okay,
weekend,
everybody,
everybody.
have a great
Happy
weekend.
selling.
Monday.
Oh
Bring
yeah,
a
let's go,
friend.
guys. Let's get it.
Peace out. Have a great weekend. Get the money.